We are Bruce Kasman of JPMorgan. Bruce, just to move over to our single best chart in the debate we've been having really over the last number of months is this burgeoning U.S. deficit. Holtz-Eakin, ex-CBO, Douglas Holtz-Eakin suggests we could see a vector 5, 6, 7%. Bring up the chart here. We've shown this many times. I call this the Elmendorf chart in honor of Doug Elmendorf. 4% deficit to GDP. And Holtz-Eakin says, given clumsiness in Washington, the path can migrate down to real concern. Do you share that concern?
Well, we're not so optimistic we're going to get the big tax cuts, but certainly if we put that on the table and we combine that with the fact that if you look at your deficit chart and you would align that for where we are in the cycle, periods where we were operating where we thought we're at full employment, to have a 4% of GDP deficit is pretty unprecedented. That is, I think, the issue. We have a very high structural deficit, and we're considering providing stimulus to an economy at full employment.
To the Summers-Hassett debate, where Larry Summers is just livid over the comments of Dr. Hassett, chairman of the President's Council of Economic Advisors, one of the great features of supply-side economics is it's just like it was back in the 80s. The fact is our deficit or our debt level is nowhere near what it was with Reagan or other presidents. Now, we have much more debt, don't we?
Yes, and I'd also just say this. The tax cut we got in the early 80s happened when the economy was in a very weak position. The tax reform we got in 1986 wasn't a big tax cut. So we have to make sure we understand what we're talking about right now.
Right.
If we want to talk about tax reform, I think that's a positive. That's something we should consider. But a big tax cut, given where we are on debt, given where we are cyclically in the economy, just doesn't make sense at this point in time.